As you know, I have decided to move out and I packed all my stuff and I sold most of the furniture, the mattress, and shelving. I didn't have a living room or dining room. I had bought for the dining room a folding table from Amazon. You know, I buy the used ones, so I had it on a discount. So I knew I was gonna move eventually because it wasn't right for me. And so everything I bought was folding chairs, folding tables. So this way I rented a locker room and a storage. I didn't want to get a big locker room because everything costs more the bigger the size of the storage. So I rented the smallest one. They have the range 4 by 4 by 5, which is, you know, like a small, very small closet, like a child closet almost. But nowadays they make the child closet big. But anyway, so they have 4 by 4 by 5, which is very low. So for another $5 or $10, there was a tall one, so 4 by 4 by 6. So you can put the stack boxes on top of each other, and this way I don't have to bend my back to reach something if I have to, you know, get some clothes and winter clothes or summer clothes. So in the end, I sold everything that on marketplace that I could sell that takes up space. I figured I don't want to pay for those items. I can always go and buy something used later or get them from garage sale. So it's not worth keeping used up tables and chairs that I had. So everything I sold, even from the kitchen. I sold the microwave that I had bought. Um, you know, it's not worth keeping all those items, but my personal things like clothes and paperwork and things like that, I store them in the storage locker, which is 4 by 4 by 6. And yeah, this way I keep my on a budget. And I found somebody who can do it. I didn't hire a company or anything like that to put it in his truck and move myself to a storage. So he didn't charge me a lot. It was a flat fee, and he said he goes up the stairs. He was a young guy, actually. He said that's a workout for him because I was worried. People come in, they say, "Oh, we're gonna go on the second floor." They want more. But this guy was really nice, and he said, "Oh, I go to the gym, I lift weights, and I can carry all those boxes for you." And he didn't have no issue going up and down the stairs. He went like 5, 6 times. But anyway, yeah, that's what happened, and I planned that so I don't have to store a lot of bunch of junk that I have to get rid of eventually, and I always can find something used and in a, in a good deal. It's a little windy. Yeah, so now I rented a room, and I'm going month by month. So yeah, I mean the room is fine, but the thing is, since I didn't buy a car because I don't know, my situation is keep changing. Is I want to see how the economy is doing, how if things gets better for me. I'm trying to do the basic necessity at this time because things are unpredictable, and since I don't have too much experience in this, I'm learning as I go along. And so I rented a room, but it's far away from the bus stop, and I couldn't find something on time because there was this one lady. She said, "Okay, I can do weekly for you." I wanted to do something weekly. She said, "Okay, it's fine, 200 a week." And her name was Evelyn, and she told me I can do 200 a week and give you the room. I didn't go see the room because I was gonna pay for Uber to get there, and she said you don't have to come and spend the money on Uber. It was close to the bus stop, but then it was like 4 or 5 blocks. So in the meantime, I'm packing boxes and my back hurts and I have to take breaks. I have to take medication, and my knee hurts because I have to go up and down the steps. Because I had so much limited time. I had this 2 weeks and I had to move by January the 6th. So what happens is I trusted this lady. She said it's very quiet. She live alone. She has a dog, and I thought I'll take her word for it. And she said, bring me the deposit when you come in on the 6th, and 2 weeks rent. So that's like 600. I thought, okay, well, I can do that, and I stopped looking for places. I called a few places on Marketplace, and then um, I kept their numbers just in case. So the day came, the weekend before, it was like the 6th was on a Monday or Tuesday. I don't have my calendar, but Friday, when I called her, she said, um, I think it was Sunday I called. She said, Friday somebody came and looked at the room and she really wanted it. I think I'm gonna go with her. I didn't give it to her yet, but she put me in such a shock, but she could have told me, like, if I hadn't called her, I wouldn't even known that she gave away the room or she was planning to give it to this other lady. I mean, as a courtesy, people they're not compassionate these days. If somebody did this to her or to her family, or she has a child or something, I don't know how would she feel. I don't know. Her name was Evelyn. No offense for people who name us Evelyn, but it's supposed to be Develyn, like devil. But if your name is Evelyn, don't get offended. But this specific one lady, she promised me, and I mean, she could have let me stay there for 2 weeks. If she didn't like me, she would, at least I would have 2 weeks to find something else. But then I scrambled and all that. Oh, and by the way, she asked me to bring her a background check. So I called up the agencies I used to work for, and I asked them to send me a copy of that sheet because I paid for my background check, and it's a level 2 background check because I work for I mean, I did work when I had a car, but I'm still registered with them on the roster that I'm a home health aide for the elderly. And you're supposed to go to the level 2 background check, and that's what I did. And I paid $110 for that, and it's good for 5 years. So they did send me a copy, and also in that copy, they sent me how many companies I worked for. But there is like 9, 10 agencies that I registered with because of my limitations. I can't do all the jobs. Like if it's a standing job or heavy lifting, I'm unable to perform that. So because of my limitations, I did register with several agencies, and she looked at that. She thought, oh, why you work so many agencies? What happened? Like she thought I worked for this one, then I got fired, then I went to this one, then I got fired, and so on. But that wasn't the case because some of them it ended, some of them it didn't work out, but because they needed somebody stronger to lift somebody or something. And mostly I do a companionship, and just to do daily chores and yeah, things like that. But in the end, she thought, nah, I'm unstable or something like that. I have no idea. But yeah, that was this evil lady that promised me the room, and she didn't keep up her word. Which, if that was me, I would feel bad for the person if it was even 2 weeks or 1 month, and I would have them stay if I promised, or I would tell them from the beginning this is not what I was looking for. But anyway, in the end, I called up this one place, and the lady, she told me, okay, she needed my ID and some references, and it was just the very next day I paid her the rent for a month, and she even prorated, which was very nice. She didn't have to do that, but anyway, so I'm staying in this place, but it's very far. So close by there is this church, and it has a park. So because it's too noisy in the house, they have the TV all day long, so I could barely hear when I talk on the phone. But I knew that because when I walked in, there was a TV on, so I figured it's gonna be, it's a family and all of that. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to let you know my current situation, how I'm dealing with my action, ongoing action, and I don't know too much. Like I'm learning as I go along because I'm not planning from here on, because as soon as I plan something, my plans go down the drain. and it never comes to reality. Okay, well, I mean, some of it does, some of it doesn't. So that's why I ended up moving out. Anyhow, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Give me some feedback if you like. And this is what I have for you today. Please put a like and subscribe to my channel. And I see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.